politicians are dirty. So I like to state it that way. Politics is not actually dirty. Politicians are dirty. But let's see how the whole thing unfolds. But this is where we'll wrap up the newspaper review today. We still have a whole lot more coming up on the Breakfast Cafe, so please stay tuned.
Welcome to the high side of life. Join us every day at High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
I just want to be
As a child, what is most important to you is love, warmth, acceptance, and security. But as you grow, there is a paradigm shift in the way you approach life. The interest you lose in some things, you pick in other things. Sometimes, the road is smooth. Other times, it is rough. Every step of the way comes with a new hurdle to scale. You win some, you lose some. You laugh hard, you cry hard, but at the end, you look back with a fulfilling smile and say, "What a ride." High Impact Television equips you with what you need every step of the way.
Do you know bad production can kill a great content idea?
Do you want to have a photo shoot, audio production, or do you need a professional voiceover artist?
Do you simply want unmatched cinematography, video production, or just event coverage, such as weddings, birthdays, or burials?
Or do you need a space for meetings or conferences? All these are possible with High Impact Studios. Don't bring down your creativity, let's help you take it high.
And out of this world with our state-of-the-art equipment and first-class studio space.
We give you the quality you deserve at the best rate.
For more details, call 0706 393 5694 or 0915 958 1881. High Impact Studios, the future.
Well, if you just joined us, it's the Breakfast Cafe right here on High Impact TV. My name is Vivian Uguche, and I've got my colleague Olumide Shokoya in the house, and together we are making this happen. Of course, it's all because of you. So this segment is called Views from the Net, very interactive. You get to put out a question on social media and have you make your contributions. So this was what we asked. What's the most important lesson you've learned about yourself? This is an interesting one, yeah? We've got lots of contributions. Well, I want to start with Olumide. In the meantime, let me find out. I'll be thinking, Olumide, while you're talking, I'll be thinking of what I've learned about myself. So you go first.
What I've learned about myself?
The most important lesson.
The most important lesson, I can't say it on there.
What?
I can't say it.
Is it X-rated?
No, it's not X-rated.
Okay.
I can't say it. But one of the things I've learned about myself is I just like, I tend to like, how will I put it? I tend to want to try and see the best in every situation.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I go the extra mile to do certain things for myself. So basically what I'm saying is, because I want to see the best in everything, I always believe in DIY, do it yourself. If I prefer doing things myself and getting it done than relying on someone to do it. So I always try as much as possible to do things in myself. And it has actually helped me to gain a lot of experience in different fields and all that. I'm also the type of person that one thing I've also learned about myself is how to manage my emotions, manage my anger, basically, because these days a lot of things can annoy. So, but over time, I've found a way. I found a cheat code to control my anger and just smile most of the time. When things, sometimes I really get annoyed, but I'll just smile and just overlook those things. So those are the ways I've been able to,
That's one. That's a nice one. I mean, you found a way around anger, because anger is a very dangerous emotion
Very, very
if it's not well channeled. But there are times when you need to be angry, but you should know how to handle it. Now, you don't like you don't believe in division of labor, probably because you're a perfectionist. How about when the job becomes too much and you need someone to at least handle some aspects? What would you do?
Yes, of course, there has to be division of labor.
Yeah.
There has to be. You can't do everything on your own, but I try as much as possible to do what I can do so that the little that is left to do, it's something that someone else can do and it won't really affect my work.
Fantastic. That could work, yeah. Let's find out what people, before we find out what people are saying, one of the most important lessons I've learned about myself is I have a never say never attitude. I mean, I keep saying it, I'm an incurable optimist. I believe there is always a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. But let's find out what Adana from Lagos is saying. She says, reflecting on my experiences, I've come to understand that self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth. By delving deep into my thoughts and emotions, I've gained a profound understanding of who I am, my values, and what truly matters to me. This introspection has allowed me to make conscious choices aligned with my authentic self, leading to a more fulfilling and purpose-driven life. Adana from Lagos. Ooh, I feel like giving you a round of applause. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Now, this is John from Lagos. John from Lagos says, one of the most pivotal lessons I've learned about myself is the power of resilience. Life challenges have taught me that setbacks are not the end, but opportunities for growth. Embracing adversity with a positive mindset and unwavering determination has enabled me to bounce back stronger, more resilient, and a newfound sense of inner strength. Now, it is in these moments of this struggle that I've discovered my true capabilities and the depth of my resilience. This is John from Lagos. Quite interesting.
And very deep, if you ask me. Well, Ifeoma from Unilag says, in my journey of self-discovery, I've realized the importance of self-love and self-compassion. By cultivating a kind and nurturing relationship with myself, I've learned to embrace my imperfections, acknowledge my worth, and treat myself with the same kindness I offer to others. Whoa. This practice of self-compassion has been transformative, fostering a deep sense of acceptance, inner peace, and a greater capacity to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. Ifoma from Unilag. Gosh, this is so beautiful, guys.
That's inspirational.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, the next one is Lanre from Abuja. Lanre says, the lesson that resonates deeply with me is the significance of stepping out of my comfort zone. By daring to venture beyond the familiar and embrace the unknown, I've unlocked a world of growth, learning, and self-discovery. Each time I push myself beyond my limits, whether in pursuing new opportunities or facing fears, I uncover hidden strength, expand my horizons, and cultivate a sense of courage and that propels me towards personal evolution and transformation. Lanre from Abuja. I think I can relate with this. Most of the time I've found myself, because I wanted to do something, because I wanted to perfect things, I pushed myself beyond my boundaries. And so sometimes those things I actually thought I couldn't do, actually did them. And so that's one of the things I also discovered about me. And I like about myself is that when I challenge myself, especially when I challenge myself, it pushes me further.
There's something Larry said that really stuck. He said facing fears has helped him to uncover hidden strengths. That's the clincher for me. That was beautiful. Thank you. Well, this one says, a profound lesson I've imbibed is the power of embracing vulnerability. Opening myself up to vulnerability has not only deepened my connections with others, but has also fostered a profound sense of authenticity and emotional resilience within myself. By allowing myself to be vulnerable, I've embraced my humanity, connected more deeply with my emotions, and cultivated a sense of empathy and understanding that has enriched my relationships and nurtured my personal growth. Aha! Queen from Great Yabatek. Awesome.
All right, this is Ibukun from Lagos. She says, the lesson that has profoundly impacted my journey is the practice of mindfulness. By cultivating present moment awareness and grounding myself in the here and now, I've learned to quiet the noise of the past and future, finding solace in the beauty of the present moment. Mindfulness has gifted me with clarity, inner peace, and a profound sense of connection to myself and the world around me, allowing me to navigate life with intention, grace, and a deep sense of gratitude. Ibukun from Igondo.
Wow.
Quite interesting.
And deep, if you ask me, beautiful. Well, Tolani from Yabatek, that's the next one we are going to now. And she says, one of the most transformative lessons I've learned about myself is the importance of setting boundaries, understanding my limits, honoring my needs, and communicating my boundaries with clarity and compassion have been instrumental in cultivating healthy relationships. Preserving my energy and safeguarding my well-being. Setting boundaries has empowered me to prioritize self-care, respect my values, and create spaces where I can thrive authentically and unapologetically. Tolani from Lagos.
All right, this next one says, a lesson that has resonated deeply with me is the power of self-reflection. By engaging in introspection, examining my beliefs, behaviors, and patterns, I've gained invaluable insights to myself, my motivations, and the narratives that shape my identity. Self-reflection has been a catalyst for personal growth, prompting me to question, learn, evolve, and embark on a journey of self-discovery that continues to unfold with each moment of introspective contemplation. Fimiho from Egbeda. Quite interesting.
Let's see. The lesson that has profoundly impacted my personal growth is the practice of gratitude. Cultivating a mindset of gratitude has shifted my perspective, allowing me to focus on the abundance in my life rather than scarcity. By expressing gratitude for the simple joys, the challenges that offer growth, and the relationships that enrich my journey, I've cultivated a sense of appreciation, contentment, and resilience that has illuminated my path with positivity, grace, and a deep sense of fulfillment. Mercy from Lagos. Mercy, this resonates. Absolutely. Thank you.
Now this next one says, in my quest for self-awareness, I've learned transformative power of authenticity, embracing my true self with all complexities, vulnerabilities, and strength has been liberating. Now, by honoring my authenticity, I've cultivated a deep sense of self-acceptance, integrity and alignment with my values. Authenticity has allowed me to show up fully in the world, connect with others on a genuine level, and navigate life with a sense of purpose, passion, and unwavering integrity. Yama from Ibadan.
Wow. Well, Kayode from Egbeda says, forgiveness has been a powerful lesson for me. Holding on to grudges and negativity consumed me, but I've learned to let go and choose forgiveness. The freedom has allowed me to heal, grow, and connect with others on a deeper level. Forgiveness is a gift I give myself and others. Kayode from Egbeda. Awesome.
I like what Kayode talked about, forgiveness, because when you learn to forgive others, you free your mind from a whole lot of grudge, hurt, and all that, because all that bottles in, and until you forgive, it's like a weight that has been lifted off your shoulder.
Yeah, somebody said unforgiveness is like taking poison and expecting the other person you're beefing to die. Never works.
Now, this next one says, the most important lesson I've learned about myself is resilience. Growing up in Nigeria, I faced numerous challenges, from financial struggles to family pressures. However, I discovered my ability to adapt and overcome obstacles. This realization has helped me navigate life's ups and downs, and I've become more confident in my capacity to handle uncertainty. This is Jane from Mushin.
Well, let's see what this one here is. It's very long. It's coming from Josephine, and she says, at the end of the day, you are on your own. I like to be the shoulder. Okay, she likes to be the shoulder for people to cry on. I like being of help to people, especially those I call my personal people. But one day I needed financial help. I looked thoroughly, and there was not one person I could successfully go to for help. It dawned on me at that point that truly you are on your own in life. I've been disappointed. My people I call my friends, and my trust has been taken for granted by my friends many times than I can count. I placed so much expectations on people until it finally dawned on me that the earlier I realized that I was on my own in life and should always prioritize myself and welfare, everything the better for me. Like a battlefield, and it is you versus everyone else. It is a bitter truth. Josephine from Scotland. Gosh, you have Josephine, you have me reeling. You can relate, but this is not. Is this safe? Is this safe to think it's just you, man, and no one else, but just you?
It's not safe, but it's making her self-reliant. It's making her to understand that, you know, certain things has to be done by yourself. I think it's also making her not to expect much from people.
And she's speaking from experience. Once upon a time, she needed help. There was nobody.
So she has learned that don't expect too much, so that you will not be surprised or you will not be let down. I rather prefer to be surprised than to be let down.
Josephine, oh gosh, your message was packed. But you see, Olumide, what I noticed about this was most of our respondents were actually in touch with their higher self. Nobody said anything about, oh, I found out that I like designer clothes, or I like, it was all about the inner man. It means, it shows that people are in touch with their psyche, and it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. This is where we'll round up views on the net. But stay tuned, we still have a whole lot more coming up on the Breakfast Cafe. We'll be right back.
As a child, what is most important to you is love, warmth, acceptance, and security. But as you grow, there is a paradigm shift in the way you approach life. The interest you lose in some things, you pick in other things. Sometimes, the road is smooth. Other times, it is rough. Every step of the way comes with a new hurdle to scale. You win some, you lose some. You laugh hard, you cry hard, but at the end, you look back with a fulfilling smile and say, what a ride. High Impact Television equips you with what you need every step of the way.
Do you know bad production can kill a great content idea?
Do you want to have a photo shoot, audio production, or do you need a professional voiceover artist?
Do you simply want unmatched cinematography, video production, or just event coverage, such as weddings, birthdays, or burials?
Or do you need a space for meetings or conferences? All these are possible with High Impact Studios. Don't bring down your creativity, let's help you take it high.
And out of this world with our state-of-the-art equipment and first-class studio space.
We give you the quality you deserve at the best rate.
For more details, call 0706 393 5694 or 0915 958 1881. High Impact Studios, the future.
beguile, beguile, beguile.
Welcome to the high side of life. Join us every day at High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
I just want to be yeah.
As a child, what is most important to you is love, warmth, acceptance, and security. But as you grow, there is a paradigm shift in the way you approach life. The interest you lose in some things, you pick in other things. Sometimes, the road is smooth. Other times, it is rough. Every step of the way comes with a new hurdle to scale. You win some, you lose some. You laugh hard, you cry hard, but at the end, you look back with a fulfilling smile and say, "What a ride." High Impact Television equips you with what you need every step of the way.
Well, if you just joined us, this is the Breakfast Cafe right here on High Impact TV. I am Vivian Oguche. I got my colleague Olumide Shokoya right here. And this segment is where we get to discuss topical issues, right? Today we're taking a look at ensuring economic sustainability and scalability in Nigeria. Before I introduce our guest analyst to you, just a little background to the story. Nigeria's economic sustainability and growth are crucial for the country, with its vast potential in sectors like agriculture, technology, and oil and gas. However, the nation's heavy reliance on oil exports has made it vulnerable to global price fluctuations, affecting revenue generation and stability. To foster sustainability, though, diversification into other productive sectors and sound fiscal policies are needed. Scalability, particularly in infrastructure, industrial growth, and digital transformation, is also vital for Nigeria's success. Expanding access to affordable energy, enhancing transportation networks, and improving digital connectivity are essential for supporting small and large businesses, attracting foreign investment, promoting entrepreneurship, and stimulating job creation, financial inclusion initiatives too. So, on this note, we decided to take a look at this very crucial topic, and my guest today is none other than Jide Johnson, very renowned public affairs analyst. Jide, such a pleasure to have you on board this morning.
Can you hear me? Hello, good morning. I can hear hear you.
All right, let's hit the ground running, right? If you remember, President Tinubu's predecessor, former President Muhammadu Buhari, had, he had a goal. He wanted to reduce dependence on oil, heavy dependence on oil. So he said, why not diversify the economy? And he had his sights set on agriculture. I don't know how well that worked. But this is my question, though. What are the main sectors that Nigeria needs to diversify into in order to achieve economic sustainability?
But you can take that again. I couldn't. I lost you.
All right. Did you get the part where I talked about former President Muhammadu Buhari trying to diversify the economy? Did you get that part?
Yes.
All right. So my question now is, what are the main sectors that Nigeria needs to diversify into in order to achieve economic sustainability? Talking about the Nigeria of today.
When people talk about the first step to national security is food security. If you can feed yourself, then you are exposed to danger. The security of your national is exposed to danger. So the first step is, what measure the government taken in investing in agriculture? Agriculture was the mainstay of the Nigerian economy before the discovery of oil. In actual sense, agriculture contributed close to about 80% to our GDP in the 50s and the 60s, and then it was a major employer of labor then. About 60% of the labor force came from agriculture, and it was agriculture that they used to build the northern region, used to build the western region, used to build the eastern region, and there was no discovery of oil in the First Republic. The three regions were sustained by agriculture, and then we were food sufficient, and then we generated a lot of revenue from export of food and cash crops. Don't forget, we exported palm kernel, we exported rubber, cotton, cocoa, and the rest of it. You can go on and on and on and on and talk about that. And what we have seen with the discovery of oil is complete abandon or neglect of the agricultural sector, to the point that Nigeria that was food sufficient now had to rely on importing food, and we waste a lot of resources, foreign exchange, on import of goods for consumption, and products for our manufacturing sector, which more or less has gone moribund. So as far as I'm concerned, when we talk about diversification, I don't look at diversification. I just think that there is a need for us to return back to the basic and invest in what sustain our economy even before the discovery of oil, and which is agriculture. And if you look at Nigeria, we are so blessed with arable land left, right, and center. All you need to do is to travel through the length and breadth of this country and look at the kind of land and human resource that God has blessed us with. So if you want to turn around this economy, first we must be serious about the major investment in the agricultural sector. Every nation tends to, in international trade, tends to exploit where it has comparative advantage. And I can assure you that when it comes to food production, when it comes to cash crop production, Nigeria has a comparative advantage. It is just that we become lazy with the discovery of oil. All we need to do, you don't need any kind of intellectual investment in the extraction of oil. Just get the resources, you extract the oil, and you sell the oil, and you make money. But in agriculture, you require some measure of investment in terms of time, in terms of resources, in terms of expertise, in terms of knowledge, and in terms of timing, in terms of when it begins to yield for you. So that's my take. If we invest heavily in agriculture, I can tell you, if you go back to the farm settlement, one, we create employment opportunities. Two, a lot of our teaming youths that are roaming the street, we get employment opportunities. Two, we generate revenue through export of these crops, whether cash crops or the one we use for food crops, which invariably contribute to to our economy, and at the same time it will help to strengthen and stabilize the naira, because we are making more money to measure our export is covering up for our import, and invariably it increases the growth of our economy. So to really grow this economy, when people begin to talk about other sector, I think the first sector we need to look at is agriculture.
All right, Jide Johnson, thank you very much for that. So if I get you correctly, you're saying that if you go back to agriculture, it might be a solution to our economic crisis. But I would also ask, what about the other mineral resources? We have so many. Nigeria is blessed with a whole lot of mineral resources that we've not even begin to tap. Or maybe some people are tapping secretly. I mean, if you look at gold.
Your end, the volume is...
Yes.
I can only hear you faintly. Struggling to hear you.
All right. I said that from what you just said earlier on, you're saying that if we go back to agriculture, it might be probably a total solution to the economic crisis in Nigeria. So I'm asking again that what about mineral resources that Nigeria is also blessed?
When you go back, exactly. When you go back to agriculture, one, you are going back to the land. And everything that you require is already in the land. The oil you extracted from the land. Then we talk about solid minerals. That's another aspect that we have not really exploited. Look at Burkina Faso. Look at Niger, very close by to us. They don't have oil, but they have solid mineral. The solid mineral was managed for them by France since independence. But last year they stopped France from managing their resources from themselves. They took over the management of their solid mineral. Now look at Nigeria and look at how we have been blessed with solid mineral, whether it's in Zamfara, it's in Borno, or it's in Nasarawa, or it's in Osun State. You go through the length and breadth of this country. But what happened to these solid minerals? What happened to this extractive industry? Now, the government itself is not making money from it. We have citizens of this country with committing nefarious activity, making money from it. How have we maximized the opportunity we have in terms of solid minerals that we have in this country? There has never been a comprehensive approach from the government to harness that particular resources. And like I told you, the issue of oil, look, let me tell you this. If you are someone that, you sit in the office, you don't have to think, you don't have to work, all you need to do at the end of the month, there's one revenue or the other for you, which is invariably what oil has done for us. Whether we like it or not, you sell the oil is extracted, those the ones they want to steal, they steal, and the little one that we want to have, we have. At the end of the day, we have some revenue, and all the governors and the ministers will go to Abuja and they will do the annual monthly allocation, they will allocate money to themselves. So it has rendered those in government, those who have charged with the responsibility of managing affairs, it has rendered them lazy. The lazy man cannot think. Now, it has rendered them, they can't think outside of the box. All what they wait for is the revenue that comes on monthly basis that accrues from the sales of crude oil. And what about nations that don't have crude oil? How do they make revenue? And that's the reason why some of us are afraid that oil should dry. That the oil should dry. Rather than be a blessing, the oil has been somewhat a cause for us in Nigeria. So if you are that kind of a person that at the end of the month, which we say in my local parlance, whether you work or you don't work, whether you think outside the box or you don't think outside the box, revenue will come from the sales of crude oil and you have money to share for government. And then you can use the leverage of government also to borrow and use the oil that you have not extracted for the next 50 years to borrow money from international agencies, international bank, and then you become lazy. You become lazy and you can't think outside of the box. The challenge we have had is we have leadership that can't think outside of the box. Compare the set of leaders we have had in the Second Republic with the post Third Republic, and then in the present Fourth Republic. Compare those leaders with the leaders we have in the First Republic that do not have access to oil. And look at the investment they made in terms of infrastructural investment. Look at the investment they make in terms of educational investment. Look at the investment they make in terms of societal development, the investment in Nigerians through scholarship and the rest of them. And then you compare that and look at, it was through money from agriculture that we built the first TV station in Africa. It was through money from agriculture you have the highest pyramid in Ghana pyramid in the north. It was due to money from agriculture that you have the first TV station, the tallest building in Africa. Now, why is it you have discovered oil? Have we matched all those things? No, because you have leaders that can't think outside of the box. And that's the challenge. And what do those people do? They make investment in agriculture, massive investment. They create commodity boards whereby you can go as a farmer, you have access to all of these things. Now, what comprehensive program do we have for farmers in this country? In the past, the richest people in Nigeria in the 60s were commodity traders. They were not government contractors. I can be validated. This my claim can be validated or invalidated with facts. Now, the richest Nigerians were not government contractors. They were traders. They were commodity traders. They were traders in cash crops and food crops. Where are they? The richest people in Nigeria today, who are they? They are government contractors.
You know, what you did was just to open a can of worms, Jide, but it's also, you just re-echoed what Dr. Shashayin once upon a time said, that he has a problem with governors going to Abuja at the end of every month to share money, and you don't see how this impacts the lives of the citizens. Now, let me take your attention to somewhere else a little bit. If you remember, at the start of his administration, President Tinubu was big on attracting foreign investment. I don't know how you will rate his success so far, but this is my question. How can Nigeria attract more foreign investment to support its economic growth and sustainability goals?
Well, I have a different perspective to foreign investment.
All right.
They say charity begins at home. Nobody will help you to grow your economy. And Americans grew their economy. Chinese locked up their country for almost 50 years without opening their country to the rest of the world. And China was a bit of a third world country, and before you know it, by the time they open up their country, they've achieved massive industrialization, they've achieved massive economic growth. No, but Chinese did not invite foreign investors. The Indians did not invite foreign investors. I've never seen an economy that grows with investment from foreigners, but rather the investment from that starts, the basis of the economy will start from the investment from their citizenry. And when their citizenry grow the economy to a certain degree, they begin to invite and foreign investors to come and partner with them. Government does not have the capacity to invite foreign investors. It is the citizens that have made investment in their economy. For example, let me give you an example. Let's say Dangote refinery. Now he has proven the fact that refinery can be established and can be successful. Now Dangote is now looking for foreign investors to say that, okay, let's partner with us. Let's establish one refinery in Delta. Let's another refinery in Kano. Do you think those that have resources will not partner with him? They will partner. They will rather listen to him because his trial is tested rather than listen to government. So when government embarks on this foreign trip, I call it a jamboree trip to invite foreign investors. It's a waste of time. What have you done to encourage local investors? What form of regulation do you have in place? What form of incentive do you have in place to encourage your citizens, whether your citizen in the country or citizen in diaspora, for them to come back home and invest their hard-earned money? That's why they say charity begins at home. Look, every successive administration, even including governors, have gone for foreign investment. Have you ever seen the American president or governors from the 50 states of America coming to Nigeria, coming to Europe to look for foreign investors in the economy? Do you think they don't want investors in the economy? What you do is to create an enabling environment that allows your citizens to invest, an enabling environment that allows your citizens to invest in your economy, to grow your economy, and then they begin to look for partners outside the shores of the country, either from your citizens in diaspora or from foreigners to come and invest in the economy. All these ones that the president go about, they stay in one hotel and they travel abroad, they collect their start code, they use our hard-earned resources to look for foreign investment. I'll ask you, how many FDI did Buhari administration achieve? How many FDI did Jonathan administration achieve? How many FDIs did the Yar'Adua administration achieve? How many FDIs did Obasanjo administration achieve? Now, how many that we see?
All right.
So invariably, this one that the president is embarking upon is just another jamboree of wasting our hard-earned resources.
All right, thank you very much, Jide Johnson. I wish we had more time, but you have been very brilliant and we really have to go. Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
All right.
Wow. That was very interesting there. I mean, he shared a whole lot. And I like the fact that he said that we do not need foreign investors.
Yeah.
We need to encourage. If we had more time, I was going to ask him that what ways or how can the government support the small businesses, small and medium businesses in Nigeria? Because that is, just like he said, if Dangote can be successful, which we hope, it would really attract other people. If he now says he wants to open another refinery in other states, people would come.
I mean, that needed to be said, and I'm glad that Ejide Johnson really talked on that. Now, this government says it wants to attract foreign investment. You have a local who built a refinery, and he said, oh my gosh, if I knew it was going to be like this, I wouldn't have done it. Do you know what that is?
It's a damaging statement.
Oh my gosh. Now, any foreign investor who wants to come, he would think twice, right?
And with the closure of other, international businesses packing up and leaving the country, it doesn't send a good message to the people outside. But, all is not lost. We can still salvage what is left by supporting the local people. We have so many things. Yes, we have a lot of illegal refineries, but what can we do? How can we support the small and medium? Because these people are the employers of labor. Minimum wage is going up. How are these people coping? Do they have access to credit? Because if they don't have access to credit, business would not survive. So these are some of the things the federal government need to look at, how they can support the small and medium. I mean, tax holidays. You can do so many things. Reduce interest rate. This interest rate right now, it's really it's choking businesses. But this is where we will have to end up this particular conversation. Stay tuned. We still have a whole lot more coming up on the Breakfast Cafe.
I no blame people wey run come out from this country. Anybody wey get money to leave this country, if you are sure of wetin you dey go meet, please go. Nigeria is no longer for the masses. It's no longer for the poor people. Now poverty make people, they set up their children. People are ready to exchange their children for food now in Nigeria. Parents are no longer standing on their grounds to ensure morality and decency in their children's lives. Why? Because a girl of 13, 14 is beginning to sleep with men to bring food, to bring money. May God save Nigeria. May it be better for Nigeria.
Amen.
Which better? May it be good. Because now waiting good, now in the better. Una waiting. In Nigeria, somebody will cheat you and be the first person to go to court. To go and get an injunction or an order. In Nigeria, criminals will go to court and sue the Inspector General of Police. What are they suing for? Asking the police to stop investigating a matter. A matter of criminal nature, that is.
Yes, that was the renowned Nigerian broadcaster. He is Ahmed Issa. He's also a humanitarian, and he just opened a can of worms. The first submission stating that if you have money, if you have cash lying around somewhere, and you're sure of what you're doing, you should leave the country, because according to him, in his own words, Nigeria is not for the masses, not for the poor anymore. And he went on to open other kind of worms, talking about how parents are even ready to exchange their children, sell off their children for food, how a 13-year-old is sleeping around just to bring money back home. It's rather quite, it's a mouthful, it's a whole lot to divulge in.
It's heartbreaking, right? He sounded so passionate. But what he said reminded me of the hashtag End Hunger mega protest that just took place in Nigeria. Now, that's not the end of it. There are whispers of a protest that's to happen on the 1st of October, which is supposed to be a day Nigerians are celebrating independence. But what do we have? They're going to be protesting. There's no food in the land. That's what he was talking about.
And you also made mention of how it is now the oppressor going after the oppressed. Yeah. Talking about how if someone cheats you, he will be the first person to go to court to get an injunction. How, basically what he's saying is that before, the court is the last option of the common man, but now it's the other way around. It's the
Why will the criminal have the boldness to go to court, place an injunction to say police shouldn't investigate a crime, suspected crime? It's a whole lot. I don't know if we have comments, but this is I'm glad the producer brought this up, but this is a theme that's going to continue. Of course, we got comments. January, oftentimes avenue for liberating you and family. However, where una de Jakba go, the citizens no run leave their land for thieving politicians. They fought for what they have today. Never forget that. Politicians will take us serious the day we are ready, not to sit behind keyboards and be tweeting and arguing nonsense. Gosh, that is hitting the nail on the head, I'm telling you.
That's food for thought. Well, this is where we would round off trending this morning. But while we're at that, let's take the weather forecast, and when we come back, we'll round off the show. Stay tuned.
So it's going to be mostly clear in Katsina and Kano. So if you're in those states, you're free to go about your daily activities without fear of rainfall. And that is the size of our show today. A big thanks to everyone that contributed to making the show a success, and of course to our guest analyst Jude Johnson for jumping on the show. A bigger thanks goes to you for watching though. Until I come your way again, please have a fantastic day ahead. I am Vivian Oguche. Bye.
And also don't forget to follow us on all our social media pages at High Impact Studios, at High Impact TV, and The Breakfast Cafe _. I am Olumide Shokoya. Enjoy the rest of your day.